Today we're going to talk about jealousy, which is, which was the main theme of our first year.
It was hell for Victor.
It was hell for me, because Mel,
I was a bitch. I still am.
Sorry, no, we're making it sound bad, because it's not really that bad,
It
but
was terrible. No, but
there was an imbalance of jealousy. Like, she was super jealous, and I wasn't jealous enough, I guess. So I had to work on my jealousy a little bit, and she had to work on her jealousy a little bit until we kind of, met each other. And even so, like, once in a while, we still have to, like, because we find ourselves doing this. So, yeah.
okay. A person just don't become jealous like that for no reason. Because for me, in the beginning, it was this jealousy, like it was out of control for me. I don't know, it just sucked.
Like, I think that her previous relationship had a lot to do with the level of jealousy. Like, not the level of jealousy, but the imbalance where it was like, I'm not jealous enough, and she's like way too jealous. Because of your past relationships, she was in an abusive relationship, as we mentioned that on episode 1, and it hurt her psychologically, because she was being psychologically abused. She wasn't being physically abused, she was being psychologically abused. She didn't know about it. On the phone a lot about our issues and stuff.
But we barely talked about that.
Yeah.
That's this specifically.
But it, like, in the beginning of a relationship.
Who wants to talk about jealousy?
Yeah, like, oh, are you jealous?
You're gonna be acting like a bitch, because if you are acting like a bitch, I'm gonna drop you right now.
I never.
You would have done that.
No, and it's weird, because I should have known. I should have been more aware that would be a problem. A lot of times when couples they don't get along very well, is because their emotions are controlling their actions, and when your emotions control your actions. Now, granted, they should, and that's what they're designed to do, but you should also be able to control it when appropriate, right? Yeah. So, for example, like I said, when a person least deserves to be loved, like, so for example, if let me think of an example here of when a person least deserves to be loved.
And you're being a bitch, screaming at you.
Yeah, okay. So whenever Mel is angry with something, and she's letting that anger affect our bond in a sense, and I'm out of the blue, and I'm out of the circle, and I'm thinking, why is she upset? She'll say something that's offensive. Like, for me, I can't react to that in a defensive way. Because she's the one that's angry, and she's the one that needs the attention, not me. So if I'm home and I'm doing okay, and she comes home and she's upset, and if I have to understand that she's upset because of something, and I have to give her support at that point.
Now I don't think like that anymore, but before,
Yeah, before she was worried that I would cheat.
I was worried, yeah, because that's all I knew.
Because you were cheated on, I was cheated on.
That's all I knew. This is how I feel towards life now, okay? People cannot give what they never had.
Yeah.
They cannot give what they never had. So for me, because I never had someone always that loving with me, I didn't know that yet.
Yeah, you were in a defensive mode. Like,
yes,
everybody's
I was always
like,
in a defensive mode.
Yeah.
It was always like, okay, so this girl's talking to him, she's hitting on him, or he's hitting on her.
Yeah, that's like the first assumption.
Yes.
But then it's like, nowadays it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
nowadays I introduce myself. He's talking to someone, I'm like, hey!
Yeah, she walks in, hey,
what's up? I'm his wife.
Talk about how
today.
you tackle jealousy today. Like, when you feel jealousy coming on 10 years after being everything that we've been through.
Oh, I don't entertain my thoughts.
You don't entertain your thoughts?
Yeah, because the thoughts are still there. It's like, ooh, that girl's flirting with him, and he's kind of liking it, that kind of stuff. I just don't entertain it. I'm like, it's Victor. He's not gonna do anything.
That's good. See, it took 10 years to get to this point.
Yeah, I'm sure did.
Yeah.
But again,
I mean, it was hard. It wasn't easy to get in.
It's hard because, like, especially for me, because I had been in a place like, you know, of being cheated on many times. So there were things that happened. Like, for example, girls will talk to him, like girls that knew me and him, when we were together, she would only talk to Victor.
And Victor wouldn't do anything about it.
Listen, that's fucked up. Okay? Men, if that happens,
that's
please say something, you know? Like, and then don't let that happen and expect us to be okay with it, because that's not okay. That should be a sign. Like, if a person is talking, like, imagine if a guy comes and talks to me, you're right next to me, he doesn't say anything to you. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. And I learned that because when this was happening, she had to tell me, hey, that's not gonna fly. Like, that was wrong, and you need to know about it. And I didn't notice. Like, and Mel would be upset at that because, not because that person did that, but because I tolerated it. She's like, that shouldn't be tolerated. I didn't know that. Like, she had to tell me that straight up, and I had to learn it. I was like, you know what, Mel? You're right.
You know, like, set boundaries. You know, it got to a point where Victor was like, this is not gonna fly. With my jealousy, you know, it was like, it's not gonna happen. It's just, you know, get that out of your head. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and I had to not only tell her, but I had to make her feel like I was serious.
Thank you. Yes.
So it's like, because it's not enough to just say it. You know, I had to show her through my actions that that it really wasn't gonna happen. So I did learn. Like, I remember I used to hug girls. I don't hug girls anymore.
And I remember I saw this girl, friend, like Victor's friend, you know, from a while, like, you know, from high school, okay? And I remember she run up to Victor and she literally jumped on him.
And gave me a hug.
And gave him a hug. And I was like, bitch,
who is it?
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I'm like, who's this girl jumping on my husband?
The first thing I did was introduce her to you.
Yeah.
The very first thing I did.
At that point, I was just like, I don't give a fuck who you are. Don't jump on my husband.
Yeah.
And then for a while, yes, I remember, like, he was like, you know.
I still am. It's just that I'm better at it. I'm covert. I'm constantly in the state of awareness that I am a married man and I need to honor my wife.
Like, I don't like when men come and hug me. Yeah. It's just like, I get it, like that little pat on the back, it's fine. I don't mind that. But don't come and try to
feel on you.
Yeah, no, man. Like, no.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I just don't. Like,
yeah.
I don't like when people touch me.
I was
always like that. You're damn right. Okay, and yeah, that's it. So, few advices from experience. Abusive relationships, set boundaries.
Watch the signs.
Watch the signs. I think, like, okay, the person is jealous, fine. Everybody gets jealous. It's a normal thing to happen. But when that person is like overly jealous, there's something wrong with them. And especially if, like, from jealousy becomes controlling and then becomes like, sometimes it's like physical abuse. I've seen, like, there's a lot of news right now. I don't know over here in the US, but in Brazil, there's a lot of women dying because of abusive relationships. Yeah. And it's not like, and it's something that can be prevented. Yeah. Like, if you know, like, someone that's going through it, do something about it. I'm sure that person is probably gonna hate you in the beginning for, like, ruining their relationship, but it's better than for someone to end up dead.
About it this way, okay? A relationship is an ongoing thing.
Yes.
You can't take a picture of a relationship and put it on the wall and keep it that way forever. Yeah. You have to work on your relationship. You're going to face challenges together. You're going to, you know, to have fun together. You're going to cry together. You're going to do all that stuff together, and you have to be supportive to each other in every single moment. Yeah. Because it helps it's your emotional intelligence, in a sense, where it's like, okay, I don't need to be angry right now. Yeah. Or it's like, okay, I don't need to be frustrated right now, or I don't need to be jealous right now.
But it's very hard. It's not that it's very hard. It depends on your past, because I don't think you went through enough, or you never had that bad of a relationship where that just became a part of you. Because I feel like that's what happened to me.